2024 cargo area side panels removal. I'm gonna remove the left and I'm gonna remove the right. Both of these sides are coming off. I took a little bit of head start, but I'm gonna try to walk you guys as much as I can. So for these panels, both of these panels are gonna be almost identically the same. There is only two bolts holding these panels down, and then the rest of them are gonna be push pins. So it's gonna be a bolt here underneath of this cover. You remove that cover, get something to pry it back here, pry it, push it out of the way. There's gonna be a 7mm bolt there, and we should have one more at the front. So in the front here, we're working on the right side, so you gotta pop this cover here. These ones are a little bit tougher. You gotta come in here with a pry tool and pry it out of the way, and there's gonna be your second 7mm screw holding it. Now, for the purpose of the job that I'm doing, I'm going to remove the seat belt for the middle row also, because I'm getting rid of that panel right there that it is gonna be on my way. Nevertheless, that panel has to come off. The seatbelt doesn't have to, and that panel can be stuck to the seatbelt, but it has to come off in order to get that side panel off. And so that's the other rear side one and the middle. So those are just holding there by push clips. So if you just grab them and use your pry bar or prying tool, whichever you prefer, probably not a pry bar, and then get them out of the way. Now these side ones, they're a little bit more of a pain because they do have a screw, kind of like on those corners, they wrap around the corner and hold it in there. So you kind of have to be a little bit more playful with those. So once you remove those, or I guess you didn't even have to start there, because in order to get these panels left and right removed, the seats have to come off. So let's start by removing them seats. Yes, I know this is not a seat. We're gonna have to start here. Since I already dropped my center upper panel down, I am going to release the seat belt out of it. Just push it out of the way and put this on the side. So that, I'm just gonna put it out to the side, and you can see it doesn't have nothing else but clips holding it in there. So if it's giving you a little bit of hard time, just pull, pry, wiggle, and it'll come out. In order to remove these rear seats, we're gonna have to start by removing this piece of clip here, which is also being held down by push clips. So all you gotta do is come from the back end, and whether you're using your fingers or your prying tool, just lift it out of there, and it comes out. Then you can move it out to the side. Over here on this, where you're gonna find your jack, there's gonna be two secure bolts. Should be one there, which I already loosened it up. 10mm head. Get it out of the way, put it there. Then you're gonna have to, you know, if this was still assembled together, unscrew that and get your jack, scissor jack, out of the way. Then that's where your second 10mm bolt is going to be sitting at. So remove that, and this panel is just about ready to pop out of there, except for this sensor down here that we have to unplug. Unplug the sensor, and that assembly should be ready to come out of there. So once you've done that, you remove that by prying on it up, it's only being held down by that push clip right there. Once you remove those two 10mm bolts out of there, it's only that push clip, and then this whole compartment should be able to come out. Once you've done that, then all you got left is gonna be your seat held down bolts, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, hidden back there. It's kind of hard to show it, but it's right there. 4, 6. Oh, come on, where are you? 7. You guys seen it? Back there. 7. And then 8 and 9. So once you remove those, these back seats will be almost ready to come out, but there's gonna be 2 more bolts in the front holding them down together. And before we do that, let's go ahead and remove this seat belt buckle for the 60 seat on the left side. On the right side, all we gotta do is unplug the connector, but we're gonna have to be operating it up and down. Then this switch here for the seat, we're gonna have to pop it here from the body and then unplug it once we're ready to remove those seats. So let's go ahead and try it. In order to get those rear seats, gotta get those covers popped out of there. Once they're popped, push in and then pry. Then we got access to them front bolts. Seats gotta be up. Then I'm gonna fold them down one more time and remove the last bolts from the back, so I can get those seats unplugged and remove out of here. So bring the seats back down again, and these front bolts up there, they're gonna be 18mm, not 17, 18. And so the front of the seat, these last rear ones, are gonna be 15, and that's pretty much all you need. So let's go ahead and finish taking this off, and the seat will be ready to come out. So prying tool, lift that out of there, then you just get your connectors unplugged. I put it on the top, and same for these ones. Of course, this is a brand new vehicle, so everything is still nice and soft. Plastic still does what it's supposed to do, doesn't break yet. Push, and those seats are ready to come out of there. The next thing will be remove that seat belt there with a 13mm socket. Pry it out of there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop that square cover out of there, and then I can remove this piece of plastic and just let the seat belt stay by itself. So this cover here is just held down by them little tabs. Just push them out of the way, then just fish these through, then the seat belt is out of the way. Now we gotta do the same thing with this front one. So what I do is I pop this panel here off, out of the way, remove this little cover here, then undo this nut here. Should be a 15mm. Of course, I already cheated and had it already loosened up for this, because what's the fun on hearing tools work? Doesn't make any sense. And then we're gonna remove this panel here also. So same thing, it's got those push tabs there. I'm gonna push it out of the way, so it should come out like so, and then just fish the seat belt and that cover out of there. Hopefully it goes through. There we go. Woohoo! Look. And then it's free. You can replace it, pitch it, or do whatever you have to. I'm reusing it, so I'm just saving it for later on down the road. So on this right side of the vehicle, we're gonna have all sorts of electrical components that we're gonna have to unplug. But let's go ahead and try it. So pull, cause, do whatever you have to do, and that's pretty much all we got.
Connector back here is two.
Yep, there should be like 2 or 3 down back there. Here in the front, it's gonna be one connector, and unplugged it.
This might be for 12-volt power socket back here.
Remove this push clip from here. It's gonna be for that side light. Once we get that one out of the way, then the last thing we got left to do is gonna be this power outlet. And this one is still a little bit of a headache in order to get it to release, but it comes off. So back here towards the front of the vehicle, that's where the push tab is. So just bite right, push on, and it should come off. Then the panel should be ready to come out. As far as the left side, it's gonna be pretty much close to the same. We got the switch over here that has to come unplug towards the back, and one more switch up there on the front, and there is another connector up on that pillar up there. And you know, once you remove your 2 7mm bolts that are holding it down together, you're pretty much done. So once those upper panels have been removed, then we'll come here, pry on this left side panel, and start unplugging stuff. So let's see, this switch here, we're gonna plug it, unplug it way down here. Then we can leave it stuck in there. No need to worry about anything else. Then we got 1 or 2 more towards the back.
Yep, 2 in the back.
So let's go ahead and unplug those. So 2 more here on the back, 1 here. Actually, I don't think that one needs to come off yet, but this one here has to. So we unplug. That's gonna be the switch for those seats. And yep, should be all good and ready to be taken out of there. And there you go, fellas. This is gonna be the rear AC system. So if you have to tackle this or perform any work on this side over here, then pretty much you can not pay attention to the left side and focus on this one. Just remove that 40 seat, you know, the right side seat, and then you can get to removing the panel. Still quite a bit of work, but they want to have rear AC.